Greetings. In this video we will be going over AMZ Analyzer a little more, and then we'll also be going over multi-packs. So most of the time when suppliers send you a product list, it looks a little bit something like this, and they'll send you a list with the SKUs, item number, and SKU and item number is usually it usually only pertains to the actual supplier. This shouldn't be relevant to anything else. This is basically how they track their own products. So when you get a list like this, you can basically ignore the SKU and item number unless they want you to order just using the SKU and item number. So if that's the case, then obviously you'll want to correlate and keep track of which SKU belongs to which UPC code. But for the sake of this lesson, we're going to disregard these, and we don't need any of this other stuff. So we're just going to be running this list through AMZ Analyzer. So you can go ahead and delete those. And then, yeah, so all we're going to need is the UPC and the wholesale price. So you can see they listed the retail price, they listed the MAP price, and they listed how many units they have on hand. I mean, this information could be useful once you're actually ordering, but for now, we're just trying to find profitable products to buy first. So we can go ahead and delete all of these columns, and then go ahead and delete this column. So now we just have the UPC price and the wholesale price, so we could scan it in AMZ Analyzer and check it for potential profits. So now we will go to AMZ Analyzer. Okay, so once you have AMZ Analyzer up, you want to click on spreadsheets and find your product list. Save it to your desktop or save it to a folder or wherever you want. Hit next, and then UPC, we have the UPC code in there, and then this is the first column, this is the second column. So hit load and run, and then now you'll just wait for this to finish loading, and then once it finishes loading, it will say completed, and we will click on results. So let's just wait for that. Okay, so it has finished loading, and as you could see, it has found 407 products, and it took us 6 minutes to finish. So now let's click on results, and the first thing I like to do is just kind of make these smaller so I can make everything fit in the first screen. And usually I would click on the ASIN and then filter it out. Okay, so now that is done, you can see the pink ones with the check marks are the ones being sold by Amazon. So we could either just keep that in mind, or we could go ahead and filter those out because we don't want to be selling products that Amazon is selling. So let's just go ahead and filter it out. Click on that little filter, uncheck this, and it will automatically clear all the listings that Amazon is currently selling. So we'll go ahead and close that. And then we'll go ahead and organize this how we want to. So I usually like to keep it with sales rank, profit, ROI, purchase price, grab the buy box price, throw it over here, and then maybe you could even have the product group over here and have estimated sales over here. But everything to the right of this I don't really pay attention to usually. They do have some information you might want to look at. I actually never look at any of this. I mean, you could just go ahead and look at the tab, see if you actually want to look at it or not, but most of it won't apply to what we're doing. So yeah, I just like to keep it sales rank, profit, ROI, purchase price, buy box, the link. I mean, we could kind of go ahead and get rid of this now because we know Amazon's not on the listing. So after that, I like to sort it by sales rank. And then as you can see, a lot of these don't have a sales rank. So that either means they might be completely sold out, or for some reason there's just a weird glitch and it's just not picking it up. But either way, if it doesn't have the sales rank, I never even bother clicking on it. It's just not worth my time. You can determine whether you actually want to click on it and look at it further, but you can actually hover over the boxes in the sales rank too, and it will bring up the keep a graph. So you won't even have to actually click on the product to look at the keep a graph. Just hover your mouse over it and it'll show you. So as you can see, there's no sales rank on this, no real selling history or anything like that. So it's basically just not selling at all. So I would scroll down to the products that actually have a sales rank, and then I would literally just start from the top and work my way down. So you could either hover over the product like I said and give a quick glance at the keep a graph, which is a good idea because as you can see, this is sold as a 12-pack, and that's why there's so many profitable products right here, because I bet most of them are sold as multi-packs on Amazon, but the supplier is selling them as single units, so you'll have to be cautious of that and be aware of that. So purchase price is 41 cents, and as you can see, profit is $8, but it's sold as a 12-pack, so you'll have to multiply 41 cents times 12. We'll just go ahead and do that and show an example, because it probably won't end up being a profitable product at all. And then even if it is a profitable product, since it's sold as a 12-pack, we would either have to have our supplier pack them as a 12-pack, so they'd have to throw all the products, maybe rubber band them as a 12-pack, or throw all those 12 units in a poly bag, or to somehow pack them as a 12-pack when they send it to Amazon. So when Amazon receives it in, they know it's a 12-pack and they know it'll be sold as a 12-pack. Because if you just send, let's say, 24 individual units to Amazon and it's supposed to be 2 12-packs, they're not just going to do it for you, or they're just not going to know. You have to send it to them as the 12-pack. So you could either try to have your supplier do it, or you could send it to a prep center and pay for them to pack it as a 12-pack and then send it to Amazon, or you could have your supplier send all the units to you and you could prep it as a 12-pack, maybe buy boxes for yourself or poly bags for yourself, so you could pack it as a 12-pack and then send it to Amazon. But first you have to see if it's even worth doing that. So we will multiply, let's see, 41 cents. So bring up your calculator, and 0.41 times 12. Okay, so the real cost for this would be $4.92. So let's bring up FBA fee calculator. FBA fee calculator. And then you'll want to input the ASIN for that. So either one works, ASIN or product ID. I usually like to grab the ASIN, but for some reason it doesn't let you copy it off there. So we'll just grab the UPC code, copy that, throw it in here, And as you can see, okay, so a lot of times it'll bring up different ones and you'll have to match it. So this is the 12 pack. We'll pick that one. Let's click on the actual listing and make sure that is the right one. So okay, so DMC bulk 12 pack, DMC, let's see. Okay, so now I'd grab this ASIN and make sure it actually is the right one. So okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Yep. So this is the right one, and as you can see, it's sold as a 12 pack. Now, okay, dang, now this is broken into a ton of different colors, so this would be a very tricky product. Let's just see how many total sales it's getting. So this will be a good example. I would never actually buy this product just because there's so many different variations, but this listing with all these different color variations is getting a total of around 450 sales. Actually, let's check because that's at this current sales rank. So if it was steady at that sales rank, let's just go down here. Okay, so the average sales rank is actually horrible. Current sales rank. So let's see. It's been doing pretty good. Yeah, the sales rank has been pretty steady the last month. Price has gone from $10 up to $13.86. So the price has gone up. The sales rank has been pretty steady, but the last 3 months, sales rank was really high, but that could also mean they might have ran out of products kind of in between sales. So you could take the risk and go off the last month's sales. I mean, I would still be very hesitant, but for the sake of this example, let's just go, let's just say the average sales rank is the 4,000 like it's saying. So let's say this whole listing gets 450 sales. So pull up your makeshift list just to kind of keep track. So the whole listing gets 450 sales. Grab the link again, copy that. So yeah, this list is just to keep track of all your potential profitable products, because when you run through these lists you might have tons of potential profitable products. So you just want to keep track of them with a simple Excel list like this. So let's okay, so our purchase price was the 40 cents times 12, since this is sold as a 12 pack. So what was that again? Okay, so $4.92 would be our cost. Okay, so our cost was $4.92. Let's see if it's even profitable to begin with. So go back to here. It was $4.92 was the cost of the product. Buy box. What was the buy box? Buy box is $13.18 right now. So oh no, I'm sorry. So buy box $13.18. Input it in FBA fee calculator. So $13.18. And this actually would still be profitable. So if you wanted to take the time or try and have your supplier pack it as a 12 pack and send it to Amazon, or if you wanted to try and do it yourself, you would be making a profit of $3.87. So you just have to determine if you think it's worth it. But for this product, since there's so many color variations, I guarantee it won't be. So let's just keep going through the process, and let's see, color variations. There's so many, so holy crap. So yeah, as I said, there was a total of around 450 sales for all of these combined, and of course some of these are going to be selling a lot better than the others, but there's really no way to know until you actually buy it and start selling it. So in a perfect world, these would all be getting the same amount of sales, and we could just divide 450 by however many this is. I'm not actually going to count how many this is. Let's just say there's 50 different color variations. So we would go to our calculator, and since there was 450 total sales for this listing, go 450 and then divide it by 50, because that's how many color variations there were, and the whole listing is getting 450 sales. So in a perfect world, if there was 50 different colors, they would each be getting 9 sales. So you could start with 9 units of each color, but again, I guarantee some of these colors are actually selling, and then some of them just absolutely aren't selling at all, and there's no way to know until you actually purchase it. So a product like this I would totally stay away from, but I mean, sometimes there's product with only a few color variations, so you just have to kind of do the math on it and then start with a small test order to test it out. So again, let's click on this, and there are actually 2 FBA sellers for this color alone. So we would have to divide that, what was it, I think 9 total sales. So again, you would have to divide 9 by 3. So realistically, if all the colors were getting the same amount of sales and you jumped in on this, you would be sharing a total of 9 sales divided by 3. So each of these sellers would be getting 3 sales a month, and it just absolutely would not be worth it. So be cautious of when you see multi-packs, because most of the time the supplier sells it as an individual, and then people make it multi-packs and then sell it on Amazon as a multi-pack. So just be aware of that, and I guarantee, since you see so many profitable products, most of these are sold as multi-packs. So you would have to go through that whole process with all of these. As soon as I see multi-packs, especially since there's so many of these, see 12-pack, 12-pack, 12-pack. Okay, so right here actually you see these are all the same sales rank. That's actually that one listing. So each of these colors are listed on here, and they're actually sold at different prices too. So some of the 12 packs are sold for cheaper than others. Yeah, I would just totally avoid that listing. Look how many colors there are. So we'll scroll down, find another product. Okay, so that was the end. So 4,834, those are all the same products. Now we're on to a new product. You see 13,974, but right away you see the profit is crappy, so we totally skip that. Scroll down, you see, okay, this one's sold as a 12-pack again. To be honest, I'm not even going to bother clicking on it. Profits not that great, and I mean, obviously you could calculate it for yourself. So you multiply 41 times 12, and see what profit is left over, because it's not really $5.14. That $5.14 is your profit if you're able to buy all 12 at 41 cents, because the supplier is selling individual units at 41 cents and these are sold as 12 packs. So we're going to go ahead and skip that. And as you could see, these, let's see. Okay, so these are not even very profitable in the first place. So usually if I see a yellow profit, I'll just totally skip over it, because I want at least $2 profit, or at least a 15% ROI if I'm going to be buying a product. Anything less than that, I won't even touch. So this list was a crappy list overall, but it was good for using the example just for products with multi-packs and then products with variations as well. So just be aware of all the different variations, because you have to multiply it to see how many sales the individual product is actually selling, and then even then you won't know how many sales each variation is getting until you actually buy it, until you test it out, because the estimators, they're just estimates, and they'll never be 100% accurate. There's always going to be one color that sells better than the other colors, or one variation that sells better than the other variation. So be aware of variations, be aware of multi-packs. It's always going to be extra work. Either you'll have to do the multi-pack yourself and send it off, or try and get your supplier to. Most of the time the supplier just absolutely won't do it, so you'll have to figure out if it's worth you making the multi-pack yourself and then sending it to Amazon, which sometimes it is. I've actually done it in the past, and I just had my supplier send the products to me. I put the products in poly bags. I bought the poly bags off Amazon actually, so I bought like 100 poly bags, and it was actually a pack of 2, so I would put them 2 units in a poly bag, seal it up, and then that 2-pack counts as 1 unit. So say you have 6 2-packs, even though you'd be buying 12 individual ones, you'd be sending it to Amazon as 6 units, because they're sold as 2-packs. So be aware of all that. Yeah, just be cautious of variations and multi-packs.